Did you know that a single cake factory can produce over 100,000 cakes in just one day? That's enough to feed an entire stadium full of dessert lovers. In this video, you're about to witness the amazing process of how these sweet treats are made on such a massive scale. From giant mixing bowls to high-tech machines, you'll be surprised by what goes on behind those factory doors. Get ready to see cake making like never before. Let's dive into the heart of cake production, the mixing stage. Imagine the process of making cake batter at home, but on a scale that's almost unbelievable. In these massive factories, they're scaling up recipes to astronomical proportions. The mixing bowls are as big as small cars, filled to the brim with ingredients. But here's where it gets tricky. When you're mixing ingredients for thousands of cakes at once, consistency is key, and achieving it at this scale is a real challenge. How do you ensure that every single cake tastes the same when you're making tens of thousands in a single batch? This is where the magic of modern technology comes in. These factories use specialized machinery that would amaze any tech enthusiast. Robotic arms and automated systems work together, precisely measuring and adding ingredients while controlling every aspect of the mixing process, from speed to duration. The process is carefully monitored at every step. Sensors check the consistency of the batter, making sure it's just right. If it's too thick or too thin, adjustments are made on the fly. It's like having a master baker overseeing every single mix, but with the precision of a computer. While the basics are the same as your home-baked cakes, industrial production does have some differences. The ingredients and processes are optimized for large-scale baking, ensuring consistency and quality across thousands of cakes. So the next time you're enjoying a slice of cake from the supermarket, remember the incredible journey it's been on. From enormous mixing bowls to high-tech machinery, it's a testament to the marvels of modern food production. But mixing is just the beginning. Once the batter is perfect, it's time for these cakes to face the heat. Let's move on to the next stage, baking on an epic scale. From perfect batter to golden perfection, the next step is where the magic happens. In a factory this size, ensuring every single cake comes out just right requires an oven system so advanced, it's practically alive. You're about to witness baking on a massive scale. These industrial ovens are capable of baking up to 20,000 cakes at once. That's right, 20,000 cakes, all baking together in perfect harmony. Baking this many cakes simultaneously requires precision on a whole new level. It's a challenge that would make even the most experienced baker sweat. This is where cutting-edge technology steps in. These industrial ovens maintain incredibly precise temperature control throughout the entire baking process. No hot spots, no cold corners, just perfectly even heat distribution for every cake. Some bakeries have taken it a step further, with ovens that monitor and adjust baking times and temperatures in real time. It's like having a master baker watching over every cake, making tiny adjustments to ensure they all come out just right. The result? Thousands of cakes, all baked to golden perfection with amazing consistency. With ovens running around the clock, some factories can produce over 100,000 cakes every single day. That's enough to give a slice to every person in a small city. But even with all this technology and precision, the job isn't done once the cakes leave the oven. After all, a perfectly baked cake is only part of the equation. Next up, we're going to look at how these factories ensure that every single one of those 100,000 cakes meets their exacting standards. It's time to step into the world of quality control, where even the tiniest imperfection can mean the difference between a cake that makes it to the shelf and one that doesn't. Imagine you're a cake, fresh out of the oven. You're feeling pretty good about yourself, golden brown, perfectly risen. But suddenly, you're faced with a gauntlet of tests that would make even the toughest cookie crumble. Welcome to Quality Control, where we're about to uncover the shocking truth about what it really takes for a cake to earn its place on your plate. In a factory churning out over 100,000 cakes a day, ensuring every single one meets the highest standards, is no piece of cake. It's a challenge that requires the precision of a scientist and the dedication of a detective. These cake sleuths are on a mission to catch any imperfection before it reaches your local bakery shelf. So, what exactly are they looking for? Well, it's not just about how good the cake looks, although that's important too. These quality control experts are checking everything from texture and flavor to weight, and even the tiniest visual defects. Imagine trying to spot a slightly lopsided frosting swirl on cake number 99,999 of the day. But fear not, because these factories have some seriously cool tech to help out. Picture this. As cakes zoom down the production line, they pass through high-tech vision systems that can spot imperfections faster than you can say, chocolate fudge. These eagle-eyed cameras can detect everything from an uneven surface to a misplaced sprinkle. And it doesn't stop there. Each cake also goes through a weight check to make sure you're getting exactly what you paid for. No skimping on ingredients here. There are even systems monitoring the temperature throughout the entire process, ensuring that every cake is baked to perfection, not a minute over or under. Now, you might be wondering, what happens to the cakes that don't make the cut? Well, get ready for a surprise. In industrial settings, it's estimated that about 5 to 10% of cakes might fail these rigorous quality checks. But don't worry, these rejects aren't necessarily destined for the trash can. Some of these imperfect cakes might find new life as ingredients in other products. Think cake pops, trifles, or even as part of animal feed. Others might be donated to local food banks or charities, ensuring that even the less than perfect cakes can bring a smile to someone's face. But here's the real kicker. All of this intense scrutiny isn't just about making sure you get a pretty cake. It's about maintaining the integrity of the product and minimizing waste. Every cake that doesn't make it to the shelf represents resources, energy, and effort that could have been better used. So the next time you bite into a store-bought cake, remember the incredible journey it's been on. It's passed tests that would put most of us to shame, all to ensure that your dessert experience is nothing short of perfect. But our cake's journey isn't over yet. Up next, we're diving into the sweet world of frosting and decoration. Get ready to see how these factories turn plain cakes into works of edible art. Think you're a pro at frosting cakes? Imagine frosting 100,000 cakes in a single day. How do factories pull off this incredible feat? Let's discover the amazing technology behind mass cake decoration that's changing the baking industry. Frosting thousands of cakes consistently is a huge challenge for factories. Every cake needs to look perfect, with an even layer of frosting that's both visually appealing and delicious. Doing this by hand for thousands of cakes would take an army of skilled bakers working nonstop. This is where automation saves the day. Factories use incredible machines that can frost cakes with amazing speed and precision. These automated frosting systems are like the superheroes of the cake world, swooping in to decorate thousands of cakes in record time. Picture a production line where cakes move along on a conveyor belt. As they travel, robotic arms with special nozzles apply the frosting. These arms spread the perfect amount of frosting on each cake, and some systems can even frost multiple cakes at once. Let's talk about the frosting itself. Factories prepare different flavors in massive quantities. Imagine mixers as big as your car, whipping up vanilla, chocolate, and coffee frostings. These frostings need to be just the right consistency so the machines can apply them easily. Recent innovations have taken cake frosting to a whole new level. Some factories now use robotic arms that can create intricate designs and patterns. We're talking about swirls, flowers, and other decorations that look like they were done by hand. It's like having an army of tireless robot artists working nonstop to make each cake beautiful. The real secret to perfect frosting on every cake, it's all about consistency. The machines apply the exact same amount of frosting at the exact same pressure to every cake. They don't get tired or have off days. As we wrap up our frosting frenzy, think about the journey these cakes have been on, from giant mixing bowls to massive ovens, and now through an automated frosting wonderland. But we're not done yet. Up next, we're going to explore even more intricate decoration processes. Get ready to see how these factories turn simple frosted cakes into true works of edible art. Remember those perfectly frosted cakes from the production line? Well, that's just the start. Imagine robots piping out personalized messages and creating complex themed designs for special events. It's not science fiction. It's happening right now in cake factories around the world. These robotic decorators are like the Picassos of the cake world, using frosting nozzles instead of paintbrushes. They're pushing the boundaries of mass cake production with superhuman precision and consistency. These machines can recreate intricate patterns and designs perfectly, time after time, without getting tired or making mistakes. How do these robot artists work their magic? It's all about impressive technology. The robotic arms are programmed with complex algorithms to follow specific designs. They pipe out frosting, layer decorations, and place delicate sugar flowers with incredible accuracy. It's like watching a 3D printer, but instead of plastic, it's using delicious cake decorations. The range of designs these machines can create is mind-blowing. From simple swirls to complex, multi-layered decorations, they can do it all. They write personalized messages in perfect calligraphy, create intricate floral designs, and even reproduce famous works of art on cakes. And they do it all at a speed that would make your head spin. But wait, there's more. These robotic decorators can create designs so complex and detailed, they rival the work of master pastry chefs. We're talking about cakes with 3D designs, multiple colors, and textures that look almost too good to eat. Want to see the ultimate showcase of robotic cake artistry? Picture a wedding cake with hundreds of perfectly formed sugar flowers, each petal delicately shaped and placed. Or how about a birthday cake that looks like a miniature amusement park, complete with tiny working roller coasters made of candy? These aren't just cakes, they're edible works of art, created by machines with astounding detail and precision. As amazing as these robotic decorators are, they're just one part of the high-tech world of mass cake production. Up next, we're going to look at one of the biggest challenges these factories face. How do you keep everything clean and safe when you're making thousands of cakes a day? Get ready to discover the surprising secrets of hygiene in Cake City. Imagine a city where the streets are made of cake batter and the buildings are frosted. Sounds delicious, right? But keeping this sugary metropolis clean is a monumental task. In Cake City, hygiene is the law, and breaking it could have some not-so-sweet consequences. In a factory churning out thousands of cakes daily, cleanliness is absolutely crucial. It's about keeping you safe. Even a tiny speck of dust could spell disaster in this world of mass food production. So how do they keep everything squeaky clean when they're making enough cakes to feed an entire town? Let's take a peek behind the scenes. These factories use cleaning tech that would make your kitchen sponge look ancient. They have high-pressure cleaning systems that blast away leftover ingredients, paired with specialized detergents designed to eliminate foodborne pathogens. But here's where it gets tricky. How do you keep ingredients from getting mixed up when you're working with such massive quantities? The answer is zoning. Different areas of the factory are designated for specific tasks, like a highly organized city. This way, the flour stays in one area while the eggs hang out in another, minimizing the risk of cross-contamination. Now, you might be thinking, sure, the machines are clean, but what about the people? Well, every employee goes through rigorous training to follow strict cleaning schedules, and they're always on the lookout for potential issues. It's like having an army of cleanliness detectives on the case 24/7. The biggest challenge in keeping a cake factory clean? It's those giant mixing bowls and baking machines. Imagine trying to scrub a bowl the size of your car. But don't worry, they've got a solution for that too. These factories use automated cleaning systems that can sanitize these massive machines without even taking them apart. It's like a car wash, but for cake making equipment. So the next time you bite into a store-bought cake, remember the incredible effort that goes into keeping it clean and safe. From high-tech cleaning gadgets to vigilant employees, every precaution is taken to ensure your cake is as clean as it is delicious. But our journey through the cake factory isn't over yet. Up next, we're going to follow these squeaky clean cakes as they make their way from the factory to your local store. Get ready to discover the surprising secrets of cake packaging and distribution. Now that our cakes are baked, decorated, and squeaky clean, you might think they're ready to hit the shelves. But these sweet treats still have quite a journey ahead of them. Did you know that your supermarket cake might have traveled further than you did on your last vacation? Let's talk about the final stages of cake production, packaging, and distribution. This is where things get really interesting. These cakes aren't simply wrapped in plastic and tossed into a truck. It's way more high-tech than that. Keeping a cake fresh during its journey is a massive challenge. How do you make sure a cake baked in California still tastes amazing when it reaches a store in New York weeks later? This is where some seriously cool technology comes into play. Many factories use techniques like nitrogen flushing or vacuum sealing to keep cakes fresh for longer. Nitrogen flushing replaces the air in the packaging with nitrogen gas, preventing oxidation. Vacuum sealing sucks out all the air, keeping the cake pristine. It's like giving your cake a special suit for its long journey. Now, let's check out the incredible logistics of getting these cakes to stores across the country. Temperature-controlled trucks ensure the cakes stay at just the right temperature. Too warm, and they'll spoil. Too cold, and the texture will suffer. These cakes often travel hundreds, sometimes even thousands of miles to reach their final destination. It's a complex dance of timing and coordination to make sure fresh cakes are always available at your local store. The biggest challenge in mass-producing cakes? Maintaining consistent quality across such enormous quantities. Ensuring that cake number 1 tastes exactly the same as cake number 100,000 requires precise control at every step of the process. As we wrap up our journey through the world of mass cake production, take a moment to appreciate the incredible effort that goes into every slice. From giant mixing bowls to high-tech ovens, from robotic decorators to space-age packaging, your store-bought cake has been on quite an adventure. The next time you're in the supermarket, eyeing that perfectly frosted cake, remember all the amazing technology behind it. It's not just a dessert. It's a testament to human ingenuity and the wonders of modern food production. Who knew there was so much science behind your sweet treat? The next time you pick up a cake from the store, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey it's been on. From giant mixing bowls to high-tech ovens, robotic decorators to advanced packaging, your dessert has experienced a technological marvel. It's fascinating how automation has transformed baking into a precise science, producing thousands of consistent cakes every day. As we wrap up our exploration of cake production, it's clear that technology has revolutionized the industry. These advancements have not only improved efficiency, but also maintained quality on a massive scale. The fusion of traditional baking techniques with modern technology has resulted in the delicious treats we enjoy today. So the next time you enjoy a slice of store-bought cake, remember the intricate process behind its creation. That simple frosted exterior hides a world of innovation, showcasing how far food technology has come and hinting at exciting possibilities for the future of baking.